Hey, everybody.
Hello.
It is Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
Yay.
Oh, yeah. Tonight's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about why art sucks sometimes. It sucks for everyone who's creative. No worries. Let's get started. So, art doesn't really suck until it does, which sometimes it seems like, but tonight I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about, that time whenever you're, or like you're oh my gosh, my whenever you're starting to get creative and the juices start flowing, you're not sure what to do, how to do it, all that fun stuff. So I thought maybe we could do that tonight. Because there's a lot of times where it just feels like, you want to be creative, you get all these big ideas and you're so excited about it. And it just seems like you can do all these things. And then you get into it and you think, what was I thinking? I don't know how I'm going to make this work. And it's something that every person who's creative, they try to get into, they all have that. We all have it. So there's some reasons for it that cause that. And so I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about it. Maybe we could figure out how to. Sorry, I keep hitting my. I'm gonna try to back up here a little bit. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I got a camera right here. Dang, I just hit it. Okay,
I don't know what I'm doing.
But it's something that I hear a lot of people talk about. About if they want to get creative, they want to get into something, and they get started, and you get stymied, and you're not sure why. And there's some real simple things to do to get out of that to make it better. And I thought maybe we could talk about that. So how's it going over there?
Really good. Got my wine, chilling.
Well, let's go. Oh, hey, I finished the Wolverine painting. It's really far behind me. It's way back there. Well, it's not that far away, but it's probably 8, 9, 10 feet away. I'm terrible with dimensions. So I finished that, so I can show that to you guys later, or you can see it now, I guess. But
yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool.
Oh, thank you. It is a lot of fun to do, and it's actually got thick paint on it. Like its hair is real thick, and it has lots of palette knife strokes all over it. So it's a lot of fun to do. And actually, maybe it'd be better if I just shared it tomorrow, because I think maybe we're going to share it tomorrow or sometime
on the socials.
Or Thursday sometime.
Yeah.
Well, but totally. I'll have better photos because I really want to show you guys the photos. Like the webcams aren't all that, so I really want to show it to you like in a little bit better. So maybe I'll wait for that. But you can kind of see it back there. But it's got really thick paint. It's really cool. It's like 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and something like that. And like I said, I'm
not good yes, with it's 2 feet tall, 2 feet wide, 3 feet tall.
Yeah. So it's pretty big canvas. It looks small in here probably because it's so far away, but it's actually pretty big.
Well, Barbara joins us and says, hi, everybody. Hey, and happy Barbara. Birthday, because I think her birthday is like days away.
Wow, happy birthday.
And Fred's with us and says, howdy. So thanks for tuning in, guys.
Well, hey, Fred. Thanks so much for joining. And so Jackie, have you ever had a time whenever you were wanting to be creative and you sat down, like you got your, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, and you get it out, and then you sit there and you start fiddling with it a bit. Maybe you're opening some packages, and then, you'd seen like a YouTube video or something. You thought like, man, that looks great. Then you sit down and you think, what the heck?
Like, all the time. I mean, I only say that because like, I like to, and I joke about this with some other friends that I like to, I have all these grandiose, like being creative ideas. Like I'm going to create these awesome things. And so I'll buy the supplies to do it and then never do it. So like, I think the hobby is actually the buying of supplies, not the actual creating. Well. So, but no, I'm always like, me, I'm always like, I want to sculpt this. Like, I really like to sculpt little things. And so I have these grandiose ideas, and then I'll get down to trying to do it. And it's like so frustrating because I can't get one little thing right, or in my head, I can see it, but I can't, it's like just that, you just need to practice. I just need to practice.
Yeah. I'm really good at that hobby of buying things too, and just putting it on a shelf. There's a few things over here that are, they don't even have like the plastic off of them because I got to think like, oh yeah, so I'm going to be working on this. So as soon as I get a free moment, then that free moment doesn't come, and you get like into something else, and you can't, and then the moment goes, but still there's stuff over there. Everything that I bought though, I have really good intentions. I'm going to get into all of it.
Yep.
eventually. But that's the problem, though, isn't it? Sometimes, I mean, or you see an artist do something, um, and then you think, oh, that doesn't look that hard, or man, that would be amazing if I could do that. Then you sit down and start learning how to do it, and and you just you just feel I don't know, like it's just terrible feeling, just feels like you're not up to it, like you can't do it, almost like there's something wrong with you, like I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Is that just the way I feel? I'm a terrible person. I need to be spanked.
No, I think you probably feel that more intensely because it's your hardcore full-time profession is creating. So I mean,
or could it be that it became my profession because that's the way I feel?
So
I keep pushing, like I'm thinking, like, oh, I've got to do it. Like I'll stay up.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I know I have frustrating moments, but again, it's almost hobby-like to me, so I don't get as neurotic about it as you do.
Well, you might be more emotionally evolved than me. I don't know.
Well, that's that's a given.
There we go. But and there's also the other thing where it's kind of like, and this is for any kind of art, I think, where if you have a blank canvas in front of you or a blank sheet of paper, and you got all this intentions, like, man, I'm gonna do a watercolor, I'm gonna get into that, I'm gonna get into painting, and then I just need the time. You get the time all set up, and you're not sure, and then you get there and you're like, yes, finally I can do it. I'm all here, I'm all set, and then it's almost like the brakes get thrown on, and you're like, ooh, what now? But
well, I should say, Owen joins us and says,
Owen.
hi. Barbara said, thank you. I'm holding the line right here, not going any further. So good for you. I'm 29 forever. So here we are.
Yeah, me too. So far, my plan to live forever is working great.
And then Steve joins us and says, howdy, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Steve.
Owen says, did you get my digital surprise? And then he says, am I in trouble that I did a digital portrait of you? You hated it, didn't you? I never got a response if you got it or not. I suck doing portraits, so sorry.
Oh man, I didn't. And honestly, on Facebook, I'm having a lot of trouble with Facebook. I've had for a while. I don't know, my apps aren't working with it or something. And sorry if it's Facebook.
And let me know. I mean, like, Owen, post where you posted it, because we're, again, terrible with like some of the responses in social. So
yeah, but I'll describe it though, man.
Yeah,
really.
I'll describe it to John once I see where I can find it.
Yeah, so. Man, that'd be really cool. And I apologize. I know I felt bad because I've been bad on the socials. Things have been kind of, I don't know, like things haven't seemed like they're that crazy, but they're a little busy, and I haven't been on the socials the way that I should. So, man, I'm sorry I missed that. But you gave me something to look forward to looking at though. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Man, and it's great to hear about people that are being creative, that are doing things,
Well, speaking of being creative and these little, like, I mentioned the sculptures. I brought my ferret to show.
Ooh, do here.
Okay, so
here, let me make you big.
I got to give the backstory here.
Okay,
so John and me and Jack play D&D, and I'm a half orc, and Jack got a dragon, and I was really jealous, and John was really sweet, and he's the DM. So he gave me a Fey battle ferret. In our next adventure, I got gifted a Fey battle ferret. And so, we have our little like figurines and stuff, and they don't make a Fey battle ferret. So I made my own. So this is the beginning of my Fey battle ferret.
And I should say that all of our figurines are really small, but the battle ferret's going to be huge. We'll all be able to ride them, apparently.
That's right. So
I think that's so cool though, because you're really wanting to sculpt more, like you're wanting to get into sculpture and just doing that more. And so like you got like that wheel or you can turn on the
this thing. So like I like to sculpt little things. Like Jack and I, we just for hours when he was little, we would do this. But I've always wanted one of these like wheels, and it seems kind of like whatever, it's a little spinny thing. This is genius. This is genius. Yeah. I love this thing. I wish I had bought it years ago.
This is a working. Yeah, I mean, like you started the fair, but you're not done with it yet.
No, it's taking me, and see, that's the the creative process that you're talking about that gets frustrating, is that I can I'm decent at sculpture, and I can see his face in my head and in my mind, but it's taken me like 2 sessions to really even map it out. And then you got to do all the fur. The fur's going to take forever and everything. It's fun. I do it while watching TV, but there are frustrating moments. So I feel you.
Yeah, man. And there's some things that we can do though to make it better, I think. One of the things like the blank canvas thing, like that's hard when you first start, but then there is a trick though you can do. So it doesn't help you the first time. Here's a little trick. The first time you have a blank canvas or a lump of clay and you don't know what to do, just start molding it or just put a mark on the canvas, because if you know like on this canvas that I started yesterday, let me show you guys. It's got a Model T Ford and then an old train station that was in Frisco. And so this isn't done. It's just sort of, it's got underpainting and some drawing that I was working on. But the first thing to do though is just make a line anywhere. And then you think, no, that's too high, or that's not going to work, or, and then you just start to edit. But if you just have that blank canvas or you just have a lump of clay, it's really, really hard to get the wheels turning. And just know, like, hey, maybe the first session, maybe the first time that you're dealing with it, you're just thinking out loud. You're just trying to get your ideas together. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't come out with a finished, product where you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I had an old art teacher that used to say, if you ever had a creative block, do a self-portrait.
Ooh.
And that would break you free.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And that's really part of it. Just get moving. Like,
yeah.
You can do a still life. You could do a still self-portrait. Like if you have something, Leonardo da Vinci, he would paint the same drapes over and over and over, but he would do it at different times of the day. So he would get different shadows and stuff. So, anything that just gets you moving is good, but that's a really good idea about a self-portrait, because then you've got a whole bunch of pictures of yourself being really depressed and angry, like just frustrated pictures of yourself,
just like, getting older.
But another thing, once you get started, so that you don't have that blank canvas problem again, is before you stop painting that day or creating or whatever it is that you're doing, don't finish it. Like don't do the last stroke. Don't do the last thing. Leave that for the next time that you're going to be there, because then you're already moving again. Like, okay, well, kind of like on the painting that I'm working on here. There's a lot left undone, so this isn't a problem with this one. The whole thing has to be done. But let's say if I was getting close, like, I might go ahead and do a drawing for another painting before I finish this one.
Ooh, it's like an old Hemingway trick.
Ooh, yeah. Well, Hemingway, he wasn't, he wasn't, you can call him for what he is or whatever, but he wasn't a slouch, and he sure wasn't lazy.
Mm-hmm. But he wouldn't finish a sentence or something. Then the next day he'd
well,
finish a sentence.
Well, every day he would try to write one true sentence.
Who was the writer that wouldn't? He always had something to write the next day, like because he didn't finish.
Oh well, Hemingway always wrote every day. He had a writing time. He was like, you don't know if your art's going to show up, but the least you can know if you're going to show up. So you show up and you're there and you do the work. You're writing. Maybe it's gibberish. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe you're just writing that you're writing, but you're writing. And if you're a writer, you write. If you're a painter, you paint. If you're a sculptor, you sculpt.
That makes sense.
So you're doing it. You're moving the stuff around. And then even if that day you're not really getting much done, you're at least present and you're waiting for the, moment to hit you. But so that's one thing is always leaves there something to do. So whether you start another sketch, you have something else that you can go to immediately, or you have some more lines to put on this or 10, so that's a thing.
Well, Owen said it was on Procreate that he created it, and he sent it over personal DM. So we'll look for that. I don't remember seeing it. And it says based on a photo of you and then he said that's a good idea, and I've been doing a lot of digital artwork lately. And he uses Procreate, so
that's cool.
I have to look into that. I don't know what Procreate is.
I don't either, but that's really cool. I guess something to look up, man. Sounds great. I love that word. Procreate.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
So why are you doing this painting? Do you want to give us a story? Weave us a tale.
Well, here, this is an idea for a mural at the Heritage Museum. You can see, like, here's Frisco here. Boop, there's like a little thing up here. So here, let me my thing on it. It's telling me all kinds of stuff. Be quiet. I have a thing in my computer, my ear that my computer reads to me. Every once in a while, she goes crazy. especially on StreamYard. Like, she goes crazy. So anyway, anyway, the idea. Okay, the Heritage Museum. They wanted a really small mural, but they wanted it in a specific location on their grounds because they're this wonderful group. They have all these old buildings, and they're really neat. You can rent them out and stuff, but they're there for a museum, to show history and stuff. But what's cool is that it's a living museum, so you can actually, for some of the buildings at least, like you can rent them out if you're having a wedding shower or something, so you can actually use them, which is kind of neat. So you can have a special moment or a meeting or something in a place that has some history. But one of the things though is that there's a restaurant. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. Do you remember?
Babe's Chicken.
Oh, Babe's Chicken. And apparently it must look like it's kind of authentic and old too, because they said a lot of times people just think that that part of the Heritage Museum is just part of Babe's Chicken, and they wanted everybody driving by to know, hey, we're not Babe's Chicken. This is all the Heritage Museum over here. We're not a chicken joint. So what they wanted was like an old kind of advertisement. This is just some art that I'm making that can be used in that advertisement sort of thing. Sorry, I just hit the cam there with my head a little bit. So I have like an old train station that was in Frisco. We got the train coming by. I have a Model T Ford, but I'm doing this in almost like a 1940s, 1950s kind of style of advertisement. So what the idea is that this is only partially done. Like, it's just really light colors. It's all kind of drawn out a little bit, but in the mural, it's going to be a little different than the painting. Like, I'm making this a full painting, but in the mural, it would be down a little bit lower, and there would actually be some words. So it's be like some old timey words up here saying Heritage Museum, or visit visit yonder. Yeah,
like it's got to be in that voice. We got to somehow translate it.
That's yonder days here. Everybody come visit. They don't have like the words up here and all that, but so we'll have the artwork for that. So I'm just doing a mock-up a bit to see if they're even interested, because they were like, hey, it'd be interesting if you would do a mural for us. And I said, well, so we went over there and looked at the space, and it's amazing. It's so cool. It really is like, it's the kind of place that you would want to spend some time at.
They got like a real train.
I can't wait to bring Jack there. Like, Jack is going to love this place. So whether we get the mural or not, we're going back. We're going to see some trains and stuff. It's really, really cool. But hopefully they'll like the concept for the mural, so that we'll put it in. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to start a concept for another mural at Children's Hospital. So next week, I'll have some of that to show you, some concepts for that. And also tomorrow, I'll get to talk to a class, or it's a Zoom call, I'm assuming, but I get to talk to a classroom in Mexico.
Oh, no. Well, you're not.
Oh, no, it's a video I'm making.
You're just making a video. There and then, John's going to practice his Spanish.
Jackie is definitely the brains of this operation. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited to do that. We haven't done a mural in, I don't know, since October. So that'll be a lot of fun if that goes through. And but I also wanted to, another thing, tonight is, why does art suck? Sometimes, why is art so hard? Why is the thing that we find so, like, being creative? Why the thing that we love, that it's funny because, like, if you really like art, even if you're not a painter, even if you're not a sculptor, if you can't play an instrument, if you have this love for art, but especially once you try to be creative and actually, make something, why is that so hard sometimes? And why does that whole process just suck sometimes? You're like, I love this. I just want to do this. That's the way I want to spend my free time. There's a million things I could be doing in the world, but I choose to do this. Why is it so hard? Why is it fighting back so hard? Well, there's one thing, I think one thing that's really hard for creatives is that we're really hard on ourselves. So preparing for failure is a really important thing. And that sounds like, that almost sounds like, well, just, you're going to suck. So just, just enjoy it. Just know you're going to suck. But that's not what I mean, though. I mean, like, to fail with our eyes open. Failures and stuff. So many things are going to happen. And, it's just important to have our eyes open when it happens and just know, hey, that's just part of the process. Like, I look at what I learned from this. And that can really, it can take the sting out of it. I mean, I know for me, I don't care as much about a painting working out. I mean, I really wanted to, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh, I just hit the sand. Sorry, guys. But so I think that's a big thing. And another thing is I hear from people, like I'm really fortunate that I have a studio space and that I can go to, and everything is here. My paints are here. I can literally put my brush over here in the clean water thing or cleanish water thing, depending on how clean it is.
Clean.
But I mean, and that's it. And then I can, put a little towel out of my lap, up, walk out. I'm done. That's my cleanup. And the next morning I come in, I pick the brush back up, knock it off and make sure it's clean. Everything's good. I put my towel back on my lap and I'm starting. And that didn't happen by accident though. It was something that, it's really, really important. And most of the stuff that I do in my studio is to try to make it a little bit faster, a little bit easier. It's almost like McDonald's in a way, where they went through and they tried to figure out, what's the fewest steps that we need to get French fries made. They'll actually count out the steps and stuff, because that's just taking your time.
Yeah.
It's not leading to anything productive. It's, it's not a fun part of it or whatever. It's not, it's nothing good. And it's the same way in the studio. And I'm fortunate that I have a studio to be able to do. But if you don't have a studio, anything you can do to make the cleanup a lot quicker and the startup a lot quicker, man, just think if it takes you 15 or 20 minutes to clean up every time you paint, then it takes you 15 or 20 minutes to get your stuff out. If you only have an hour to be creative, you've just spent 30 minutes to 40 minutes, just on the, like you only have 20 minutes to actually do something. And, even though you had an hour, I mean, that's no good.
That's true.
And also having this doesn't work for everybody. I mean, it's hard for some people in some situations, and for me too in some situations. But I mean, now I'm in a really great space where I can do art, and Jackie's like uber supportive about that. In fact, she's more like, paint more, paint faster, go
get to work,
be creative, which is really awesome. But sometimes, like if you have a lot of people around that are making noise, if let's say if you have a kid and they're playing video games, and you don't want to be a tyrant, you don't want to be like, because that's their free time too, and you don't want to be like, can you keep it down a little bit, and I mean it is hard, but anything you can do to get that space where you can just have your own space, it's even if it's headphones, if it's putting a rule like, hey, this is my time, I do this 3 times a week. I mean,
yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it really helps if you can have a room, or if you can leave the house or something, if you can get away from the other people a little bit, because sometimes to be creative, kind of like writing, it's hard to write when somebody's talking to you. It's like if you're trying to write a creative line,
yeah,
and then somebody's saying, oh, how much for the groceries today? And you're like, and Martha walked in the room, she spun around. This was the moment of her life when she knew, I don't know. I think we need eggs. I'm not sure. I don't know. And then she's, it's hard. It's just hard. So being able to get a space and all that really helps. And honestly, I think you need to be a little, what's the word? I mean, like asking for your own space. I mean, and asking for your own time. You're not a tyrant. Like you need to be able to do that. Like you need to be able to get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody. I mean, yeah. I don't think that's. Crazy to ask.
Everybody needs some
It's
time.
called self-care.
It's really hard though, especially like if you're a mom and you work, and then you've got kids, and those kids have got to get ready for the next day, and you've got to get blah blah blah,
and you got bills, and you got all day.
Yeah, and your husband, all he does is go paint, and he just paints. It's hard to find that time. That's why wine was invented.
Well, Fred said it must be in the air because I've been really wanting to make music lately. Every chance I get, I'm playing something.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Man, that's funny. That's funny, Fred, because when I mentioned like making music, I don't know. I thought I was thinking your name, which is funny. I was saying like Fred, like I've been Fred, that I don't know, but man.
Well, Ron has joined us and is waving hello.
Oh, hey, Ron.
Hey.
Man, it's good. Thanks for joining. Hey, I want to play some trivia really quick, and I want to put a little color on this.
Yeah.
But I want to say one more thing about the whole, because I just want artists to be able, there's so many people that are so creative and so hard on themselves, and creative people are the nicest people you'll ever meet, except to themselves, are really hard on themselves. And I think part of that too is like sometimes whenever your creative flow is going and you're actually making something and then you're judging it, like you're trying to edit it, like you're judging it in your head, you're thinking, I'm never going to be any good at this. Why am I even doing this? I'm just wasting my time. Like, I mean, like I'm never going to be good. Like, I mean, look at all those videos on the YouTubes and stuff. I mean, those guys are amazing. I'm never going to be like that. You know, or if you're an artist and you see these people getting shows and these people, you know, and they have these really high quality photos and they're always standing there, always happy every day. They're happy. They're the happiest people on the planet. They're happy. And they have the best camera on the planet, you know, because every photo is like, you know, it's like, good grief, you know, and you see that and you think, how in the world can I ever compete, or how, you know, or how am I just going to be good even? And I think one part of this is that whole idea is wrong, in that not judging yourself with other people. I mean, you know, we all do this, but it's a comparison bias. I mean, it's called a sampling bias, but that doesn't really make sense to me. That's like, but it's a comparison bias because we're comparing ourselves to other people. But it might be like comparing apples to oranges in a way, you know. So like if you're looking at a video on YouTube, you're seeing somebody that is doing this painting and they're doing this really amazing. Like you've never seen anybody paint an apple like that. Oh my goodness, that's the best apple I've ever seen in my life. How in the world did they paint that apple? You know, you know, it's just amazing. But you're looking at that and they've probably been painting apples for years, you know, and they wouldn't be showing it on you. They wouldn't be doing a video on it.
It's not their.
I mean, I do videos about stuff I'm not good at all the time, but most people are smarter than I am, so they don't do that. So, you know, you're seeing this person that's an expert at this one thing, or maybe a few things, and they know a lot of stuff. But we compare ourselves with that, and we're scrolling through the YouTube, or going through Instagram, or whatever, and we're seeing all these people that are really good at their particular thing. And that's great, but that is their thing, you know, and maybe your thing is that, maybe it's something else, but maybe you can learn something from their thing, and then you do your own thing, you know. But it's going to take a lot of learning other people's things.
I think part of it is like learning to enjoy the process. I mean, I'm not, you know, I mean, like with the sculpture stuff, I'm not gonna ever do hyper realistic fur and you know, like it's, you know, but I enjoy, like, you know, just playing around with it and what I get out of it. But, you know, I'm also not looking to make money off of it, which that could be a dilemma, a whole separate sort of dilemma for people. But
that's the thing too, is that a lot of times the stuff that we see on, like, if you go to a gallery and you're looking at the art there, or if you're going online, it's more of a confirmation or comparison bias, because you're comparing yourself to these people that I don't know, maybe have been like showing for years and they've been doing all this sort of stuff. It's sort of like every overnight success has 10 years in the making, you know, sort of thing. And, you know, so we're comparing ourselves to all these people that have been doing these different things. And it's not necessarily, we're not necessarily being fair to ourselves with that, you know. We have to give ourselves some room. Just because we're not on Instagram every day and we don't have, you know, 1,000 likes, or boy, 1,000 likes, wouldn't that be something? You know, we don't have that. And, you know, it doesn't mean that we're not good. We're not a failure, that we are a failure. It doesn't mean any of that at all. You know, you know, maybe, I mean, like I know with my art, I'm really happy with what I do, and I don't get 1,000 likes when I post a thing, you know, but the 100 likes I get, or the 50 or whatever I get, or the 20, they're coming from people that I really like. And, you know, I think, man, I really appreciate that like, you know, that was really cool, because, you know, we're kind of a closed group, and, you know, you know, it's
definitely. Well, Fred said, since I've been married, I've had very few days alone. I sympathize.
Yeah.
Especially because we work from the house, we homeschool, oh my gosh, we're always together. Yeah. It's bliss.
This is true.
And then Fred said that Wolverine in the back looks awesome.
Oh, thank you, Fred.
And Chris joins us and says, "Hey, Jackie and John. Hey, thanks for tuning in."
Well, thanks, guys. Oh, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and then Fred said, "We are our own worst critic." So yes, that is Yeah,
that's the truth.
That is why I post my mistakes in videos too. You can't just always show things as if you don't mess up. Everyone messes up. That is so true.
Yeah, and I know most of the stuff I post, like all the live streams, are generally me working on paintings that aren't done, so they're not like the best stuff that I have. And I don't know, I feel like that's almost as more important or as important as putting out the stuff that you like, at least for me, because I mean, I don't know. I get to talk to lots of people that have disabilities, lots of people that are getting into art and stuff, and it's nice to be able to say, art's a process. Like it's something that you work on every day. It's something that if you're lucky, you get to work on every day. Maybe it's a few times a week, maybe it's once a week, but it's something that you get to do. You get to create, but it's a process.
Well, and I think that really emphasizes for you how much of a process it is, because it is like gangbusters working on a painting. You got multiple paintings going on and everything, but the minute that painting is done, it's like shipped. I mean, it's like we took an image of it, it's out the door. Usually, most likely, because they're usually commissions, but everything we do and show and everything just tends to be in the process of everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, which is cool. That's your shtick. That makes sense.
And another thing I want to say really quick, and this is the last I'll say about all that, but also one of the other things that's bad about all that is that if we start thinking that, maybe because I don't have all the likes that I need on social media, or maybe I'm not picking this up as fast as I would like to pick it up. It's easy to go on social media, to go on YouTube, to go on all those places and find other people that are doing what you want to do, but they're doing it better. Or maybe they're doing it in a more successful way. Maybe they're getting more likes, more shares, all this sort of stuff. And that's a confirmation bias, but it's not accurate. It's not correct. It doesn't really have anything to do with our art. Only one person can make your art, and that's you. That's really special. So sometimes we'll see these things and that'll hold us back. And that's just a shame, because that stuff doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing. It's even the metrics, when you look at it, it isn't right. Like, it isn't accurate. Like those people have been working on that thing for a while. They've been doing their thing. You're doing your thing.
Yeah. And being really good at social media is vastly different than being deserving and good at your art.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you know how to work the social media game, you could produce like white sheets of paper and you get likes and yays if you know how to work social media. So I mean, that's definitely something you have to be careful of. But let me say, Elizabeth is with us and says, I get so much pleasure from the two of you, John's artistry, and listening to you both jamming together.
Oh, you're awesome.
I like
Thank
you
you very much.
Thanks for tuning in. Fred said, it's quality, not quantity for media likes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Felicia joins us, says there's no mistakes in art.
I like that. That's good.
And Chris said there will always be people doing better than you and people doing worse than you. Just be happy with who you are. Yes, yeah. I agree.
You guys are so right, man. Thanks, because I need to hear this stuff too. We all get into that where you see something and you think like, man, I wish I was doing like why like I want kind of like my social media thing. For the years, I didn't pay any attention to it at all. Like not at all. And then suddenly, when I was working with a group with children, I thought, man, if I had a bigger online presence, it would really help with the nonprofits I work with and stuff.
Yeah, social media.
I started paying attention a little bit.
Oh my gosh, nemesis a little bit. Yeah. Owen says a big process and so easy to be discouraged, it seems. Yeah. And then Owen said, have you hit 1,000 followers to go live on TikTok? I'm surprised you haven't gotten live stream. And
to be honest, I think I made 3 TikToks maybe, and I haven't been back. Like,
no way, man. We made.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's been a long time though.
Oh yeah. Okay. We
were hot and heavy for like a month.
Yeah. I was on a thing. I should say that John and I share like his social media presence. So I try to post and all that stuff as well as him, and we collaborate on everything that gets posted. But a lot of times I'll do it.
Yeah, there's some apps too. It's just hard for me to work, and so it's really nice when we get to do it together.
Yeah. So for TikTok, last year for a month straight, I was like, man, it was like a personal goal. I was going to do a TikTok every single day, and I did, and the numbers did not jump by any means. Not that. I mean, it would have been nice.
You got to do it every day for a while. Like,
I mean, who who has that kind of time, man?
Owen is awesome with this stuff, man. He's
well, yeah, he makes live. He's
awesome. Like
yeah.
he he's got it going on with the TikToks.
I guess I just can't wrap my head around like posting Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, and you don't want it to all be the same post across everything, or else the people that follow you get annoyed, and it's like, oh my god, it's my brain.
This is true.
It's crazy. Fred said, or if you're a pretty girl, you can get lots of likes. Yes, man. I keep telling John to show some cleavage, but he doesn't listen to me.
Well, I'm just happy that you think I'm a pretty girl.
pretty girl. Okay. So we should do some trivia because it's already 8:35. All right. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Have you thought about what trivia you want to do?
I don't know. We could do general this week.
Yeah, we could do general. Yeah.
We mixed it up last week, and we did pretty well. Like we just got one wrong, I think.
I know. Every week we just get one that we're just like, ah. Okay. All right. So general knowledge. Here we go, people.
I'm putting some fluorescent pink in this building, right? Even as we speak.
This will probably be kind of easy. This will be an easy one.
Oh, okay. Ready? I like easy.
Which word is nearest to being the opposite of reveal?
The opposite of reveal.
A, conceal. B, conjugal. Conjugal. I'm like, I read that word. Okay.
I was thinking, man, this is going to be hard. I don't even know this word.
C,
the conjugal visit.
C, conical, and D, congeal.
Okay. I know what I'm going to say. The conjugal.
Okay. Well,
you know what? I'm going to move this camera out of the way for a bit.
Okay.
Because I'm hitting my head into it a lot.
All right. Well, I would say it's A, conceal, and that seems to be the general consensus.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
Let's go with that.
Easy.
Oh, I feel so much better. I can move my head around now.
Okay. Which country benefited from a concert organized in 1971 by George Harrison?
Ooh.
A, Sudan. B, Bangladesh. C, Eritrea, or D, Ethiopia?
I have my guess. Bangladesh.
Really?
Sure, why not?
Why is that your guess?
Because that sounds right to me for no apparent reason.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I mean
70. Okay, my guess was Ethiopia because back in the day, Ethiopia was a thing.
Yeah. Oh,
it was
yeah.
like hunger, fight this, whatever.
Yeah, I think that might have been more in the 80s. So yeah, because it was always like, you got to finish your plate of green beans because
there's starving children. Yeah. I know. I got the lecture all the time.
Yeah, I was like, well, I will mail it to them.
I know. I remember saying that to my parents too. Wonderful memories. Well, we got a couple of Bangladesh, so let's go with it.
It's got the word bang in it too. You gotta like that.
You can't go wrong. Wow, way to go, crowd. All right. Where in the U.S. is the Lincoln Memorial? Oh, come on, people. A, Gettysburg. B, Boston. C, New York. Or D, Washington, D.C.
Well, you've been there, so
yeah.
With Jack. No, with Jack. With
Nancy.
With Nancy. So, this isn't gonna be much of a question for you.
Do you know?
Memphis. No.
Memphis.
No. Washington D.C.
It is Washington D.C. Let's confirm this. And if you ever go to D.C., go see it.
Lincoln Memorial. It's the Graceland of D.C.
I know. It's the Graceland. Okay. Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof. Which love song?
What? Oh, I know.
Do you want to say it? I mean, I'll be impressed if you say it before I read the options.
Oh, I think it's under the. Oh gosh, I can't sing it.
Please sing it.
Down by the sea.
Down by the sea. All right. A, Under the Boardwalk. B, I Will Survive. C, I Will Always Love You, or D, Unchained Melody?
Ooh, what if it's Unchained Melody?
It is not.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. No, the general consensus is the same one you picked.
Oh, good.
Let's go with it. Bam! Which Los Angeles theater has been the home of the Academy Awards since 2002?
Oh no, I don't know.
A, Kodak, B, Canon, C, Olympus, or D, Nikon?
And since when?
2002.
Gosh.
We have a lot of A's, a lot of Kodak.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised with film and all.
I have no idea. I haven't watched the Academy Awards in forever. So whenever they would say live from whatever, I have no idea. So I'm going to go with the crowd here.
Yeah. Kodak. I mean,
Let's do it.
Let's
Way to go.
Way to go, crowd.
All right.
Jeez.
Which fictional character is associated with Elsinore?
Elsinore?
A, Hamlet, B, Hagar the Horrible, D, Dr. Frankenstein, or D, Snow White? Elsinore.
I'm thinking Hamlet or Snow White.
I don't know about Hamlet because that name just straight up does not sound familiar. But
I want to say it was like a I don't know. Like either way, it's going to be like a background kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
We got a couple A's.
Yeah,
we got one questionable B from Fred.
I want to say Hamlet because that Lady Elsinore, is that a play? Gosh, I cannot remember. I like Hamlet, but I haven't seen it forever.
I've seen it so many times in so many versions. All right, man. Let's go with Hamlet.
My favorite version was that it was set in like World War I. That was really cool.
I don't remember that.
You weren't there.
Well,
that's what made it so good. No, I'm just kidding. That's why it was so great.
Nice.
No,
was it a movie or was it a play that you went to see?
It was a play I went to see, and it was really cool because it was like a theater in the round. Ooh. So and the ghost and I would walk around the audience.
Oh, that's cool.
And then all the characters would come in on different things because it was just sort of like the stage was in the middle. So you know anybody exiting or going in,
that's cool.
would have to walk through the audience, and it just made it a lot of fun. It was all World War I, like even the countries and stuff that they mentioned. You know, it really kind of fit in a really cool way.
That's cool. That sounds awesome.
So let's see if we're right.
All right. Yay, got it.
Ooh.
Okay, Betty Joan Persk, wife of actor Humphrey Bogart, was better known as who?
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Who? What?
Okay, let's see. Who was Humphrey Bogart married to?
There's A, Lauren Bacall.
Oh, I was thinking her.
B, Liz Taylor. C, Joan Rivers, or D, hard. Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, this is so hard. I want to say Lauren Bacall though.
Ooh, this is a toughie.
But was it? But that's just because they were in a movie together?
I don't know. Wasn't she like the most beautiful woman?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
She was gorgeous. Well, the general consensus seems to think it's Lauren Bacall. Fred thinks it's Joan Rivers.
Humphrey.
All right. Let's go with the crowd.
I'm dropping everything.
What's going on over there?
I don't know. I dropped my picking up stick and I dropped my thing. dropping everything.
Now you can't pick anything up because you don't have your picking up stick.
Exactly.
Man, you are out of luck. Okay. It is Lauren Bacall.
Go Lauren. Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, yay.
Which is the name of a German WW-1 plane?
Oh, a World War I plane.
Mm-hmm. A, Buger. B, Loser.
This is a terrible thing to name your plane.
I know. C, Bustard. Or D, Fokker.
Fokker.
Really?
It's World War I, though?
Wow. Yeah, World War I. Yep. All right. So do you feel confident in that answer?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're a nerd. You are such a nerd. Okay, that seems to be the crowd's consensus too. Let's go with it.
They weren't great, but
Oh, there we go.
World War One.
Okay, Polaroid cameras.
Loser. Loser. That's just.
Loser. Okay.
That's just. I mean, any country that put that plane up, it just doesn't have any.
That's just bad.
Confidence in themselves.
That's bad juju right there. All right. Polaroid cameras were invented in which decade?
Ooh.
A. 1940s. B. 1840s. C. 1880s. Or D. 1980s.
Oh my goodness, guys! Because we've gotten everyone right, and it all goes down to this one. I think this might be the last one.
Really?
But is it one of those things where, like, they invented it a long time ago, but everybody thought, you don't need it. It's kind of like the CEO of IBM whenever PCs were first invented.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to want a computer in their home. That's crazy.
That's a fad.
Yeah, that's
the internet is a fad.
International Business Machine said no to the computer. I don't know.
Okay.
Gosh.
See, I think it's earlier than 1980s because I think it was invented. You know, it was one of those things where it was invented a long time ago, and then it really didn't catch on.
It's definitely earlier than the 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
so
it's either the 1940s or we're going to the 1800s. I mean,
ooh.
Gosh. You know what though?
Well, okay, Barbara.
I've got an idea. Barbara's gonna know, I bet.
Well, she is the professional in the room, and she said 1940s.
I would say that too because the whole thing was, the way that it was invented was the idea of the chemicals and all that are being rolled over the negative, and I think all that. I mean, it makes sense that it would be in the 40s. That's when they started developing lots of really cool stuff.
Ooh, the 40s, you say?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right, well,
I'm gonna go with Barbara.
Barbara. All right, we got it right. 1940s.
All right.
That was not the last question.
Oh my gosh, we almost made a clean sweep. There we go, guys.
Which is a phrase meaning the most important person? Ooh. A, the big pizza. B, the big burger.
Yeah.
C, the big sprout. D, the big cheese.
Oh, I don't know. Let me think.
I'm pretty sure it's the big cheese because I referred to somebody the other day as the big cheese.
Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, come on.
Come on, people. All right, yeah, we got a lot of cheeses. Yep. Okay. The big pizza would be nice though.
Yeah.
Yay, we got it right. Oh my gosh, we got 100.
Wow.
We got 100 people. That's a first.
That's awesome.
No one weird question that threw us off.
We are crowd. Amazing.
Way to
Collectively,
go.
It's a group.
Collectively, let's stick together. We can do anything. Really. We could do anything.
Together, I mean, if we're let me move this over. If we're alone, we can get picked off one by one. But we stay together as a group.
Stay together.
We're strong. Well, guys, I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm not gonna. It doesn't look too much different than when I started because I'm just putting in some little tents because we're actually gonna photo this and then we're gonna put the graphic stuff and all that we need for the thing. We're gonna do all that and then send it over and say if they want to make it to a mural. Whether or not they want to make it to a mural or not, I'm definitely going to finish this painting.
So what do you think about because what the plan is that I'm going to take this digitally into Photoshop and embellish it with some old timey sign stuff and some wordage.
Yeah, and I can give you some ideas of the font.
Okay, great.
That I want to use because I want to use like a 1920s, 40s sort of. That
sounds awesome. What do you think about adding like a border to it that old timey signs had? What do you think?
Maybe and say, whenever you read this sign, be sure to use an old-timey radio voice. Like,
yes.
Come to our museum.
Okay, cool. We'll add the little asterisk at the bottom.
That sounds good. Well, yeah, and then we want to get better photos of the Wolverine painting so I can share that with you guys. But most of all, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and making another Tuesday night special. I really appreciate that.
Tuesday night special. I like that.
Yeah, and we got 10 for 10 on the trivia. So yeah,
I know it's a first.
We should get a prize or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself another glass of wine. That's my prize.
Yeah, we should get away some art one of these nights. We haven't done that in a while.
Okay. We're on it.
Ooh.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to like, subscribe. Yeah. And all that fun stuff. And yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday.
Yeah. And so we'll see you guys then. And let me see. So let me end this because I just want to. I always want to put up the end screen because it shows all of the Patreon supporters and all that. And thank you guys so much for doing that. But as you might know, if you've seen this before, I'll be back in a second.
And Fred said, thank you guys. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Because it's 2/2/2/2.
Oh.
022.
I missed that all day long. Oh my goodness. It's the 22nd of February 2000. Oh my goodness.
And it's Tuesday.
The only way it could ever get better is if we wait for 200 years.
No.
Then it'd be 2222222.
Oh, that would be weird.
Yeah, that's too many twos, maybe.
Too many twos.
I wonder if when it was 11111, if people got excited, or if that just passed by. Anybody know it was like the Middle Ages. People were like, like, I don't know. I got mud in my eye. they just don't care. I don't know. On that note, guys, have a good night.
Have a good night. Thanks.
That whole I've got mud in my eye. It makes me want to go watch Monty Python.
Always.
Good night, guys.